Well, our first guest is joining us on the phone, Mr. William Sawyer. He's the CEO of a company called West Texas Resources Incorporated. WTXR is their stock symbol. Bill, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Don. I'm glad to be on your show.
Well, we're very pleased to have you back on the show. Of course, we talked with you extensively when you were with another company, but tell us about West Texas Resources. I've done some research. It's a fascinating company.
Yes, it is. West Texas Resources is a public company. We're currently on the OTC. Hopefully, we're going to move up soon. We have properties in Texas, and we're looking at acquiring some properties in California and Kern County. We also have some minerals and royalties that are in the Bakken, and our properties in Texas are currently, some of them are currently producing. We are money raised, trying to gain some more capital so we can move forward.
Well, now, you mentioned being in California, specifically in Kern County, near Baker, which of course Bakersfield is part of Kern County. Now, many people don't realize that Kern County is one of the largest oil-producing counties in the entire country.
Yes, that's correct. In fact, at one time, one of the big fields in Bakersfield produced over 3.2 million barrels a day.
Wow. And
it has such large fields as Midway Sunset, which is very well known, plus some others. It has had the three largest fields in California at one time.
Well, what's really interesting about when we used to speak with you before, you would take wells that had been shut down or taken out of service, and because technology has come a long way, you were able to get them back in service. Is that pretty much what you're doing now?
Yes, that's correct. We're buying some production and buying some wells that are shut in, and buying some wells that need to be drilled. But that's the same plan that we had before. We're acquiring properties that are low producing or shut in that can be improved through new technology or new chemical treatments. And then we're also looking for underlying potential in the properties.
It's really amazing when you think about it, Bill, that even 25 or 30 years ago, the technology did not permit a well to be productive anymore, but here we are in 2017. All of a sudden, the technology is available where you can make that well productive and, of course, help this country become energy independent.
That is correct. That is correct. There's a lot of technology developments. I personally think that one of the developments is that we will soon not be doing much fracking because there are other technologies that allow us to gain the same reserves without fracking. But we're seeing some other technologies that have come forward. One of them is a group out of Houston that I use their chemical, and it's amazing. I took a barrel from a half barrel a day to 11 barrels a day with just one treatment one time.
Well, you know, you mentioned fracking, and of course that's a controversial subject. Some people think it's the greatest thing to ever hit the oil industry. Other people think it's the worst thing to ever hit the environment. So you're saying that you see a point in the future where fracking may no longer be necessary?
That's correct, and I agree that yes, fracking came along and made a big difference in what we could do, and it doesn't have as much effect on the environment that people think it does. But again, fracking is going to see its day, and that's because new technology comes along. There's one new technology that we have called a herringbone completion, where you drill out a major well and lateral, and then you drill off smaller laterals from it. And what it does, it allows you to laterally complete versus fracking, which does up and down, and is very limited in what it can do for you.
Well, of course, we're initiating coverage of the company this week, Bill. We're going to have a much longer interview with you very soon. Again, the company is West Texas Resources Incorporated. The ticker symbol is WTXR. Looking forward to getting in the studio, Bill. Thanks so much for joining us.
Great. Thanks, Don.